A month or two ago, I made 3 documentaries, and they were decently successful. But some of the information in these videos are wrong, so I'm going to correct myself because I hate misinformation. So, let's start with the very first documentary. During this part in the video, I had said Willy and a portic for the Cookiezi Replays channel. Well, that's wrong actually. Willy was the sole person in charge of the Cookiezi Replays channel. The reason why I included a portic was because I took a shot in the dark, because of this guy in the featured channels list matching one of the channels the PP record spreadsheet had linked to. And since the video was unlisted, I was like, I think this is a portic. And it wasn't. I only found out until Willy himself had said so. Thanks, Willy. During the section on FG Sky's 850 PP record on Shiori, I had mistakenly said that it was an FC, but it was actually a B rank choke. This was my mistake, and it was on the script, and unfortunately I didn't notice it. Thank you GayBoy77 for correcting me on this, because I literally didn't notice until you pointed it out. When Idki took number 1 after his 981 PP play on Cry Thunder, I said he was the first number 1 from the United States since Cyclone in 2009. Well, no. When I was researching about the number 1 Osu players, I noticed that Gecko Gates was actually the last player from the United States who got number 1 before Idki, and that happened in 2012. The reason I said it was Cyclone was because of BTMC's reaction of Idki's Cry Thunder play.
This is the first number. The last time we had the number 1 USA player was Cyclone. That was like 10 years ago.
That I remembered off the top of my head. It was my fault though, that I didn't research thoroughly about this. During White Cat's unban, there were 3 people who helped him: Fire Digger, My Angel Aku, and Skill. My video failed to mention Skill, who was literally the most important person in White Cat's unban. My mistake entirely because I legitimately forgot about Skill. Thanks Willy once again for pointing this out. And the last mistake for the PP record video, Marami's first 3 mod FC on Ascension to Heaven. It actually happened a day after the DTFC, and not months after it. I don't know how I didn't notice this. I checked the Reddit threads, the CPOL video upload dates, and everything. And for some reason I made this mistake. Thank you Lokki for pointing this out, you're the greatest. Moving on to the second documentary, and first up is the mistake I can't get away from. 36 of 30 million people is definitely not 0.019%. It's actually 0.000119%. And I can't math. I used a percentage calculator to get the first calculation of 35 of 30 million. But since I miscounted that 35 people had taken number 1 and it was actually 36 people, I did it again and well, this typo occurred. My bad honestly, my math skills are not good. C-. Thanks Uhyu and flameystick for pointing this out. Echo 45 was not from Australia, he was from New Zealand. This is the Australian flag, and this is the New Zealand flag. I got confused by the flags and I thought it was Australia. Thanks Emilbus for pointing this out. Hiko was from Uruguay and not from Paraguay. This occurred due to a typo in the script. I may have glanced at his profile and instead of seeing Uruguay, I saw Paraguay. Thanks u/mobileelevator7998 for pointing this out. And finally, our last documentary for today. I want to give out a huge shout out to Rafis, and Nymphia for giving me this information, because this segment of the video is sort of an update video for the Rafis skin. So let's begin. There was a skin before Pravilnosh V997. It was the Sterum skin. Sterum's skin was literally just Pravilnosh, but with some differences. Sterum, who was the top player at the time, got a hold of the skin from some Korean or Japanese player. According to RK, Rafis asked Sterum for the skin, and Sterum sent it. I would also like to point out that in the original video I said that their skin's name was Pravilosh. Pravilosh is actually a typo of Pravilnosh. Pravilnosh was a word old school Polish rappers used. I also said that there were 2 variations of the Rafis skin. Well, there were actually around 50 variants according to RK, most of which I don't really know the name of. But an example of this is the Rafis Pao Pao skin, which isn't really as popular, but yeah, that's one of them. I forgot about it even though it was in my skin folder. I also wanted to give justice to Elo here. Before the White Cat and MREC era, Elo here was actually more popular. According to RK, it was a skin that introduced people to the concept of playing double time. Cookiezi even used it, and it was edited by Solus to form the Cookiezi 23 skin. So it really was more popular than 2018 Hidden Double Time. So why did it become more popular? There are two reasons. I already mentioned Necrophantasia's impact, but I failed to mention Whitecat and Emrek's impact. Whitecat used this skin during his early days at number 1, and since he was getting a considerable amount of PP, players started getting the skin thinking it was an amazing skin which will grant them PP. Emrek also did the same, and well, the download spiked once again, especially after Team Magma. And of course, my big blunder for this video. Cyberdark did not make the Hello I'm Rafis skin. RK was the one. This is why you don't skim through research, kids. Cyberdark edited the video for Rafis and RK, and he didn't make the skin. My mistake, and I'll definitely not skim through the forum post this time. But of course, the real blunder was making the video 7 minutes and 27 seconds long. How the hell did I not notice that it was 7 minutes and 20? And that's it for the Rafis skin video, and this video. I want to thank these guys for correcting me on these mistakes. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I will try and make less mistakes in the next video. See you next time.